Hey, YouTube family. I'm a little late this week as life got in the way. But if you want the inside track on the best remote jobs before anyone else, you're in luck. I search high and low every week to bring you the freshest, most promising job leads. Whether you're just starting your remote job search or looking to level up, I've got the scoop you need to succeed. So let's get started. So, our first up is US Acute Care, and US Acute Care is in the business of fulfilling careers in healthcare. US Acute Care believes your career should be more than just a job, and that's why they offer meaningful roles, a supportive community, and opportunities coast to coast. And whether you're a clinician or non clinical professional, US Acute Care will help you thrive. So, the opportunity that caught my eye here at US Acute Care is remote. If you're based in the state of Ohio, you work virtually from the state of Ohio, but you can be located anywhere in the United States of America for this particular role. It was posted 11 days ago and it will be open until filled. So let's dig into the qualifications. So, as a refund specialist, you'll play a key role in ensuring timely, accurate refunds for patients. If you have a keen eye for detail and excellent problem solving skills, US Acute Care wants to hear from you. So you'll be researching patient accounts on all requested refunds to determine if applied payment should be refunded. And what that means is sometimes patients overpay, sometimes payments are misapplied, and sometimes there could be a combination of personal payment from the patient along with a payment from the insurance carrier, and it results in an overpayment. That overpayment may be returned to the carrier, or if applicable, it may be returned to the patient. So that is what this role entails. So you'll research patient accounts to determine refund eligibility, review explanations of benefits, communicate with insurance carriers, perform account adjustments, process refunds, and maintain documentation. The foundation that US Acute Care would like the individual to have is an understanding of payment processing and related issues, proficiency with Windows, spreadsheets, and data entry. So, spreadsheets, that means Google Sheets or Excel. I encourage you to go back to the video that I posted a couple weeks ago for free courses. There are a ton of courses there to familiarize yourself with Excel and Google Sheets. The ability to multitask and maintain confidentiality, so HIPAA comes into play. And in the video with all the free courses, there are courses there with on HIPAA for you to become familiar with that if you don't already know. A high school diploma or equivalent, and 1 year of relevant experience. So you'll be rewarded in this particular role with a competitive hourly rate of $14.53 to $26.88. And again, the education experience is a high school diploma or equivalent and at least 1 year of combined experience in medical insurance, payment processing, or insurance follow up. The hourly rate will be determined on several factors, including but not limited to your knowledge, skills, experience, education, geographical location, and requirements stated in the job description. So, in this role, you will need to be able or have the ability to work overtime as needed, um, be able to multitask, be proficient with basic mathematical calculations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and dividing. Um, have the ability to process assigned duties in an organized manner, and ability to communicate with your coworkers, management, third-party insurance payers. That's a Blue Cross Blue Shield. That could be a Cigna. That could be a Care Source. So there's a number of different insurance carriers out there, and they would like that communication in a professional and courteous manner. Someone who can pay close attention to detail and has an emphasis on basic spreadsheet applications and data entry. So I want to just go through another opportunity here. If there are any of my YouTube family who's located in Alexandria, Virginia, they do have an opportunity at Inova Hospital. They're also looking for a clinical recruiting coordinator. So any of my YouTube family who's watching this particular video and you have experience in recruiting or HR, that may be an open role that you want to take a look at. They're also looking for a senior financial analyst, their East Division, and then a senior technology project manager. So let's peruse over to the benefits that US Acute Care Solutions offers. So we see here that they offer 401k, retirement savings plan, professional development opportunities, medical, dental, and vision coverage, paid parental leave, short term disability, and we welcome this a relaxed work environment. So, if this particular opportunity resonates with you and you feel you are qualified, you know our model here, please apply. It doesn't require a degree of any kind, just a high school diploma. I encourage you if you worked in any kind of office environment, if you've worked with spreadsheets, doing simple calculations such as addition and subtraction. Also, if you've worked in any kind of office environment. That could be a clinical, a medical office. It could just have been at a random corporation. It could have been in a warehouse environment. There's an administrative area there. And even if you haven't worked in an office environment, and you present well and you are willing to learn, I would encourage you to apply for this opportunity. So this is US Acute Care Solutions. As always, I will post this um, in the description area of my YouTube channel so that you can easily get to the career section and peruse around the website. You know our motto, learn a little bit about the company, get some information about the company's history. If you want to know about salary negotiation, you can always go to salary.com and key in this particular job title of Refund Specialist. Salary.com will give you information about the median salary range, and that's actually where you should start your negotiations at the median. You should not be starting at the lower end. Negotiations always start in the middle, and that is the median. And salary.com will show you what the median salary geographically or calibrated across the US in your region offers for this particular type of role. Let's dig into a little bit of reviews and get some information or a little bit of tea about the company. So we see that employee sentiment is 3.4, which is well above half. We have 127 reviews here. I'm going to move relatively quickly because I have a lot of opportunities to show you. So here we see that one individual who's an administrative assistant is a current employee in Texas, says it was a bad onboarding process. The job wouldn't be bad if it weren't for the terrible onboarding experience. I had to teach myself almost everything. The work is not difficult, so that is a plus. But it would have been nice to have someone on site to teach them. So, in this particular situation, this is an individual who works on site, not in a remote capacity. And as I have said before in my previous videos, these particular reviews are relative and they're not equal weighted, meaning not all experiences are the same. But if you have that interview, make sure that you dig your heels in and ask the questions that will give you insight into the company's culture. You have everything at stake. You deserve to work for a company that makes you happy. It says heavy workload, very unorganized, and no support. This was a provider enrollment specialist. It's a former employee. So recently worked in the provider enrollment department. The team was very unorganized with very little support. The workload was overwhelming. Every day is always spent trying to catch up on enrollments that previous representatives were responsible for, as well as being assigned side projects to help other team members since everyone is behind on their work items. The department seems to take on more responsibilities than the actual amount of enrollment representatives that are on the team. So you have to learn to juggle between your own daily tasks while trying to help each other with no proper training. The team as a whole is overworked with a very large workload that makes it very impossible to get current. Enrollments are being sat on for periods of time without being worked, causing a lot of delays in completing applications, which cause even more problems later down the road, and you're expected to answer for those. It's like constantly having to put out fires. You receive very little help, no actual training is provided, and you are held responsible for any mistakes or errors, even if they were completed by a previous team member due to the department tending to switch around work priorities from team member to team member. So if the site falls under your name, anything that has happened prior to you taking it on, you're held accountable for. Micromanaging is an all time high within this role, but if you're ever needing help, expect to not get a response until hours after you've asked for assistance. Management has very poor communication except when you're being required to answer for errors and any missed items. But if you're struggling, they won't provide any help. The responsibility will be thrown onto another team member, and hopefully, they can provide you with the assistance you need. You're left fending without clear instructions. So, I always bring you the good and not so good. So, we see here this is an AR research and resolution representative, a former employee from Akron, Ohio. You can go on to Indeed to go more in depth with these particular reviews. I am actually going to move on to the next opportunity. But again, if this opportunity strikes you as something that you'd like to check out, it doesn't mean you have to apply just to check it out. I encourage you to do so, and I encourage you to dig deeper into this information that I have brought to you today. Our next opportunity is with SIRVA. And so SIRVA has a claim analyst role. You'll be resolving cargo claims with precision. So at SIRVA, they're dedicated to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And SIRVA in Action is an employee led committee that organizes community engagement activities and employee events to boost morale and give back to the communities in which we live in. So SIRVA, each SIA committee identifies local nonprofits and organizations to partner with that have meaning and resonates with the teams. So, as the claims analyst opportunity that I identified here at SIRVA, it is virtual, as we can see, anywhere in the United States. It was posted Monday, July 1st, so this is a super fresh opportunity. So, in the position summary, as a claim analyst, you'll be the key to settling cargo claims with their government, corporate, and consumer customers within 30 days. You'll do meticulous investigations, have negotiation skills, and the ability to manage expectations is crucial in determining liability and resolving claims fairly. So the duties are not limited to reviewing customer correspondence, client contracts, seeking information from all parties involved, assigning repair firms to assess damages, and complete repairs as needed while medicating costs. The claim analyst will ultimately determine liability and charge back the appropriate parties based on findings. So the functions and responsibilities 40% of the time will be spent in verification, that's verifying and investigating all aspects of the claim to ensure legal liability of a settlement is established and accountable parties are identified and notified. You'll utilize all contract paperwork, contract agreements, repair firm assessments, and customer communication in the assessment of liability and the investigation of the claim. You'll negotiate settlements up to $450,000 within carrier liability and contract terms. You'll maintain detailed records for approvals, denials, and potential litigation. And you'll coordinate with repair firms for inspections and reports, as well as complete various projects as assigned. So you'll spend 40% on verification. Another 40% of your day will be spent negotiating, 10% maintaining records, 5% working with repair firms, and the other 5% on projects as assigned. The qualification for the role or qualifications for the role is a minimum of 1 to 3 years in claims or customer service role. Excellent verbal, written, and problem solving skills. Personal computer experience is required, including Microsoft Word and Excel, and you must be organized and able to multitask. The education requirements: a high school diploma is required. An associate's or bachelor's degree is only preferred. So in this particular role, I was not able to find any information in terms of salary. But again, you can utilize salary.com, key in this particular role, name as claims analyst. Salary.com will provide you some information on the median salary starting point or midpoint for this particular role, and that's where your negotiations should start if you're contacted. I would normally go through the application process, but because I have so many opportunities to present, I'm going to have to move fairly quickly in this particular video um, so that we can finish within a certain time frame. So we're going to click over to the reviews for this particular role or this particular company, SIRVA. We see that the employee sentiment is a 3.3. We have a 3.2 for work-life balance, a 3 for pay and benefits, a 2.7 for job security and advancement, a 2.9 for management, and a 3.1 for culture. And here, this is a senior revenue processor team leader. It's an agent commission team in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's a former employee. What is the best part of working at the company? Since the work hours of flexibility, including a full work from home and hybrid options are available. What is the most stressful part about working at the company? The company has a very loose accountability structure. And what is the work environment and culture like at the company? It says the work culture is a mostly positive one. And it says, what is the work environment and culture like at the company? The work culture is mostly a positive one, so that's good. Our next one says, not a great place to work. For a relocation coordinator, this individual is a former employee from Independence, Ohio. Says, just no, it's not a great environment to work in. Too many managers, every person for themselves, lots of clicks. Reviews were too personal, and management is too top heavy. So as we go through these reviews, we see that the information that we're getting is really open and honest feedback, which is good. It helps us to be able to understand if we'd like to submit an application to this particular company. Dig into more information, find out about the history of the company. Um, I invite you to find out about the revenue of the company and their profitability and see where they stand there. That's always a good gauge point to determine if it's a company that you really like to work for. But knowing a little bit about the history of the company, I always say that in every video. Recruiters appreciate that if you get that phone call. Also, I encourage you to begin drafting a sheet of questions that are specifically designed for the interviews that will be coming your way so that you're prepared. Do a little bit of research via the internet. The Muse, MUSE, is a great website to kind of search for questions to ask at an interview. I'm going to put that in the description box so that you can peruse around that particular website. I'm going to put that in the description so that you have that as a resource. But begin drafting a list of questions that you want to ask when these phone calls for an interview start coming your way so that you're prepared. That will allow you to really gain insight about the company and what's going on behind those curtains that we can't see, and allow you to make a choice if you're offered a role there, if you want to be a part of that culture. And then again, salary.com, key in the role of claim analyst. It will tell you about the midpoint salary. That's where all negotiations should start. And so you want to be informed about that so you'll know how to negotiate that salary when you're given that job offer. And we're going to move on to the next opportunity. Our next one up is a company called Myriad Genetics. And Myriad Genetics um, is a leader in genetic testing and precision medicine. They provide insights that help people take control of their health, enable healthcare providers to better detect, treat, and prevent disease. So as we scroll down to the benefits that Myriad Genetics has to offer, they have remote and hybrid work positions, All Myriad employees are welcome to work from a Myriad location at any time. They recognize that different people have different preferences when it comes to where they work. Some people prefer an office setting while others prefer to work at home. And Myriad believes that remote and hybrid work are here to stay. Based on the position and the needs of the department, employees may choose to work from home, create a hybrid schedule, or work in the office. The benefits that Myriad Genetics offers is a total rewards package that is competitive with the market. It provides fairness and rewards to all teammates for performance that drives the company's mission, vision, and values. The specialized benefits include access to Myriad Genetics' full catalog of tests, holistic family planning, telehealth, virtual medical advice, mental wellness, well being challenges, employee assistance program, volunteer days, generous paid time off and discretionary time off, recognition and rewards programs, basic health care, medical, dental, vision, plus FSA and HSA options, a 401k with matching contributions, life, accidental death, and dismemberment insurance, pet insurance, an employee stock purchase program, student debt program, a tuition reimbursement program, paid parental leave, and identity protection and cyber insurance. So the opportunity with Myriad Genetics that caught my eye here was an authorization specialist. It can be based out of Salt Lake City, Utah, or it can be fully remote in the United States, either or. So at Myriad Genetics as an authorization specialist, you'll play a vital role in ensuring timely and accurate insurance authorizations for patients, have attention to detail, strong communication skills, and the ability to navigate multiple systems will be key to the success in this role. Your impact will be verifying patient insurance coverage and submitting prior authorizations for your payer portals, ensuring accurate medical documentation for authorization submissions, following up on pending authorizations and addressing any discrepancies, communicating authorization denials and file appeals as necessary, collaborating with teams to obtain pre authorizations, documenting activities and participating in quality assurance, and staying current with regulations and company policies. The foundation of skills that Myriad Genetics is looking for is 3 to 5 years of experience in medical billing, health insurance or collections, strong problem solving, customer service and phone skills, excellent time management, organization, communication, and teamwork, and the ability to navigate multiple systems, billing software, standard operating procedures, and payer portals. The preferred qualifications is some level of experience with ICD-10 CPT, current procedural terminology, and HCPCS coding knowledge and authorization experience. That is only preferred, it is not required, so it's not a deal breaker. It says physical requirements, light work, up to 20 pounds of force frequently, so that's going to be typing on the keyboard, stationary positioning, moving, operating, ascending, descending, communicating, and observing, and use of necessary equipment and tools. So, with this particular role, what we see here is that the role pays between 42.5 and 48.9. And it says, in accordance with various state and municipal wage transparency laws, the anticipated wage or salary range for this position is posted. And so the actual base pay for this role will be based on several factors. We know that geography has everything to do with it, relevant work experience, education, skills, and applicable achievements. And so the compensation may vary outside of the range in rare cases where candidates have uniquely relevant skill sets and experience that will bring additional value to the role and to Myriad. So that means if you're upskilled or have more skills than necessary, then they are open, or they being Myriad Genetics is open to paying more. So I encourage you, if you've had any kind of customer service experience, phone experience, office experience, finance experience, healthcare experience, to apply for this particular role. Um, don't talk yourself out of it. Take a look at all the requirements. Take a look at the job responsibilities, and if this is something that interests you, I encourage you to apply. The next role that caught my eye here was the patient advocate, hereditary cancer. It's a coordinate testing with excellence. Call center experience is preferred in this particular role. And so, as a patient services coordinator, you'll be the Myriad's testing services, ensuring accurate, timely, and patient centric coordination. You'll need to have strong communication skills, attention to detail, and must be able to multitask, is vital to this particular role. And as a patient services coordinator, you'll be the hub of the testing services, ensuring accurate, timely, and patient centric coordination. You'll review test requests and documentation for accuracy, collaborate with healthcare providers on required documentation, work with insurance carriers to maximize patient coverage, communicate with patients about insurance, testing, and timelines. You're going to liaise or be in contact with and partner with various departments on orders and billing. You're going to identify issues, develop best practices, and participate in projects, as well as participate in quality assurance and compliance with regulations. What's the required foundational skills? High school diploma or equivalent required. Remote or call center experience is preferred. So if you don't have experience working remotely or call center experience, it's okay. It's not a deal breaker. Please apply. Being fluent in Spanish is a plus. That's on their wish list at Myriad Genetics, but you don't have to be fluent in Spanish. Excellent communication, typing, listening, and organizational skills, as well as the ability to multitask, problem solve, and work under pressure. Proficiency with Excel, Word, the internet, and email, and a minimum speed of internet. So, your internet speed that you have at home must be 50 Mbps download and 5 Mbps upload internet speed. The physical requirements are light work, up to 20 pounds of force frequently, so that's going to be the typing piece. You're in a stationary position, moving, operating, ascending, getting up, descending, sitting down, communicating, observing, and pushing and pulling and reaching, and use of necessary equipment or tools. So we see that in this particular role, at Myriad Genetics, it's paying between 37,800 and 43,500. It is full time. It is fully remote. It was posted as of July 3rd, so it's extremely recent. All of the opportunities that I'm bringing you in the two videos, I'm going to have two videos posted today with different opportunities. But all of the material, all of the remote leads are fresh with different companies that have not been featured. So if this role resonates with you, I encourage you to apply. I encourage you, if your typing is not where you would want it to be, look back into my previous videos down in the description. I do put information about a website you can go to upskill in your typing each day. You can do it 10 minutes a day, do a typing test. Many of us have not had any formal training to teach us how to type. We have learned by doing, but there is a website, and I'm also going to showcase that website in this current video down in the description box so that you can utilize that website to increase your typing skills. And so I encourage you to join me in video number 2 that is going to showcase my last 2 opportunities that I want to bring to you this week. So let's take a look at the employee sentiment and some reviews on Myriad Genetics and working at their company. So we see here on Glassdoor, the sentiment is 3.7. 73% would recommend the company to a friend. 68% approve of the CEO, which is Paul Diaz. The pros here, great benefits, and they want to see their employees grow in their career paths. And it says great people at Myriad are what drives the company forward. Cons, pay is low and goals are hard to meet, and bad management. We have some information on ratings by demographics. And then here, amazing company. This is a laboratory technician located in Salt Lake City, Utah. Pros, easily the best job they've ever had, and cons, they couldn't think of anything. Here's another one. Great company. This is an inside sales rep. Pros, pay, benefits, culture, work life balance. And the cons, C suite communication, none, none, none. So I encourage you to dig deeper into these reviews, find out more about the company, get a little bit of history, research the salary requirements or the salary information. Well, family, that's it for this week, but trust me, we're just getting started. Tune in next time for even more remote job leads, expert tips, and insider advice to supercharge your search. Subscribe now so you never miss a video. In the meantime, be kind and see you in the next video.